This is the full guide on how to make a remix on FL Studio. Today, I'll be remixing Britney Spears' song Circus, but you can follow along with any track that you want to remix. Let's jump straight in. The first thing we're going to do is download the track. There's a ton of sites you can use online for this, like YouTube to MP3 converters. You can literally use whatever method you want. Once you have the MP3 or WAV file downloaded, then drag it into FL Studio. This right here is the full track. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'm not going to play the audio, but trust me, this is the audio file here. We can then press this button here and go to extract stems from sample. Then we have the option to extract the drums, the bass, instruments or vocals from the sample. For a remix, we just want the vocals. So we can select this button here and then click extract, which will give us this file right here, which is just the acapella for the vocal.
There's only two types of people in the world.
Now we need to make sure that the tempo of the vocals fits the tempo of the project inside of FL Studio. Now there's two ways to do this. We can either listen along and match the tempo just by listening with our ear, or we can go online to this website TuneBat, type in the name of the track, and it will tell us the key and the tempo. In this case, it's 115 beats per minute. So we can go into FL Studio and we can change the tempo up here to 115 beats per minute. Then we can double click on the vocal and change the time stretching mode to stretch. Once we have this selected, we can change the tempo of the project and the vocal will be stretched so that it always plays in line with the tempo. Basically, if we slow the tempo down, the vocal will also be slowed down so that it fits on the right beats. I hope that explanation made sense. Now you'll see if we play the acapella and put the metronome on, it fits on the right beats.
There's only two types of people in the world. The ones that entertain and the ones that observe.
Now it's time to build the track around the vocal. From searching online, we know that the key of the track is F sharp minor. So let's start by laying down a chord progression in the key of F sharp minor. Or if we want, we can go into the vocal and we can pitch this up and down to change the key of the track. But I don't want the vocal to sound unrealistic, so I'm going to keep it at the same pitch. We can press this button up here, go to view, go down to scale highlighting, and change this to the minor mode over here, and the root note to F sharp, so that now we can see which notes are in our scale. I've simply drawn in 3 triad chords, but for the first triad chord, I've pitched the middle note, the third, up an octave. Here's how this sounds. Now let's copy these exact same chords and take another sound to add another layer. I've decided to use this crystal pad preset from my plugin Grain X4. And we want to add a soft sub bass, so we're going to copy the root notes of the chords, which are the bottom notes here, and we're going to take a bass preset. I'm using the growler bass, which is one of my favorite bass sounds, again from Grain X4. So now here's how all of these sounds sound together. And here's how they sound alongside the vocal. Now here's a super unique trick that I use in some of my music. And actually these kind of techniques were used by Britney Spears producers back in the day. We'll take a lead preset and lay down a pattern. You'll notice that this isn't technically in the F sharp minor scale, since I'm using the note G, which doesn't exist in that scale. We can then drag this audio clip into the playlist, and you'll notice that we've pitched it up so that it is now in the scale again. Bouncing audio as an audio clip and then pitching it up or down gives a different effect to just pitching it up and down and then rendering as an audio clip. It sounds a bit weird, I know. We can then use this slice tool up here to chop different parts of the audio out so that we create this kind of glitchy pattern. I then sent this to a mixer track and added a fruity phaser and a reverb, just to widen the sound a bit. Here's how this sounds alongside the chords and the bass line. Now, whilst we want these chords to play for the hook, we don't want this in the verse or the build-up sections of the track. Instead, we want to add a stabby bass preset, which again will follow the root notes of the chords. Which we can layer with some chord stabs. Here's how this sounds with the vocal.
When I put on a show, feel the adrenaline moving
Now it's drum time. We can add whatever drum patterns we want. I actually got a little lazy and used a loop because I really like the sound of this one I found from Splice. But of course this is a remix, so you can add whatever type of drum pattern you want, whether you want hip hop drums, house drums, or drum and bass drums for example. For the build up we want to add some kind of transition effects. And we can also add some shorter transitions. You'll notice that this downer is in the key of D minor, so we need to open this up again and pitch it up so that it's in F sharp minor. For all of my tracks, I will add a soft clipper and an ozone to the master track. You don't need to do this, of course, you can use whatever you want on your master track. I just wanted to show you exactly what I used. You'll also notice that I have a fruity reverb on the master. A lot of producers will tell you to never put a reverb anywhere near a master track, drums, or a bass line. And in the majority of cases, they're right. But I like how it sounds, and I like to be experimental and unique. Anyway, here's how the final beat sounds. I hope you all learned something from this video. If you did, then please like and subscribe. And if you want to check out Grain X4, the link is in the description of this video, where it's currently 50% off to only $49.99.